Sexual reproduction in plants. Sexual reproduction in plants. You know very well that already studied about sexual reproduction in plants in 7th class. In 8th class, we studied about sexual reproduction in animals. You know very well that. But in 10th class syllabus, sexual reproduction in plants. Okay, let us see about sexual reproduction in plants. You know very well that what are the characteristic features of sexual reproduction? Main important characteristic feature here, fertilization process. Fertilization is very important process or event in sexual reproduction. Okay, whereas in asexual reproduction, fertilization process does not occur. You know very well that. Here, fertilization very important process occur. Next, another important characteristic feature, gametogenesis or gamete formation. Gametes, male gamete, female gamete. These are formed in sexual reproduction. But asexual reproduction, male gametogenesis and female gametogenesis, these are not occurred. Okay, next other characteristic feature, here two types of gametes, male gametes and female gametes. And in animals, already studied two types of parents or two parents. Two parents are involved in sexual reproduction. Okay. Next, when we observe the plant, here, main important reproductive structure is flower. You know very well that in plants, male reproductive structure is flower. Okay. This is here already studied structure of the flowers and parts of the flower. Okay. See here. When we observe flower, we can see here like this flower, swollen part here. Okay, draw flower structure draw. Okay. Here, already studied different parts of the flower. Main important here, stalk of the flower. Okay, actually, stalk of the flower. Stalk is called, what is stalk of the flower? It's called pedicel. You know very well that this is the stalk of the flower. Here, when we observe the stalk of the flower, or the tip, it is swollen. Observe this swollen part of the pedicel. This is called, you know, what is thalamus. You know very well that. Thalamus, this tip of the or swollen tip of the pedicel. From this swollen tip of the pedicel, thalamus, different types of floral appendages are developed. Observe different types of floral appendages. What are the floral appendages? Here in first whorl or from the first whorl, one type of floral appendages are developed. These are called what are sepals. You know very well that. Okay, sepals. These are the one type of floral appendages. These are developed or originated from the first whorl of the flower. Okay, here all sepals means total sepals are collectively called as what is chalice. You know very well that chalice means floral appendages. All floral appendages that are originated from the first whorl are called chalice. Next, second whorl. From second whorl, one type of floral appendages are developed. These are called what are petals. You know, already studied about these. Here, all floral appendages are all petals originated from the second whorl. These are called here what are corolla. Here, from first whorl, chalice. From second whorl, corolla. Next, from the third whorl, other type of floral appendages are developed. These are anthers. Very important, anthers. All anthers that are originated from the third whorl are collectively called androecium. Very important, remember, androecium. Okay, androecium. Here, these are anthers, all collectively called as androecium. Okay, next, fourth whorl. Fourth whorl contains carpels or pistil. Carpels or pistil. Here, all carpels present in fourth whorl are collectively called as important here gynoecium. Remember here, these are the very important structure, very important parts of the flower. When we observe the structure of the flower, main important four whorls are present. In first whorl, calyx is present. In second whorl, corolla. In third, androecium. In fourth, gynoecium. Okay, this is the third one. This is fourth one. Here, first one, second one. Okay. Here, floral appendages present in calyx. Floral appendages present in calyx. Okay, these are sepals. What are sepals? Okay. Next, floral appendages present in corolla. These are petals. Understanding? What are they? Petals. This black color one. Petals. Okay, all collectively called as corolla. Now very well that. Okay, like this. Here observe. Here first whorl. This is the second whorl. Here this is third whorl. This is the fourth. You know, functions of this part. Let us see different types of functions of all these floral appendages. First here, sepal. Actually, main function of sepal is what is protection. Protection. Here, sepals protect the all inner floral appendages when flower is in bud condition. When flower is in bud condition, sepal protect all the inner appendages, valuable inner floral appendages. It's a very important function of the sepals. Next, petals. Okay, petals. What is the main function of petals or corolla? What is main function here? You know, petals are in different types of colors, different colors. Here, color of the petals varies from species to species, flower to flower. Actually, species to species. What is the use of this color of the petal? What is the role of this color of the petal? Actually, this color of the petal, this color attracts the pollinator, means mainly here insects. Insects are attracted by different colors, bright colors of the petal. Okay, this is the main important role of the petal. Here, what is the use of the insects or pollinators? Pollinators perform pollination process in plants. To perform the pollination process, plants they should develop different types of colors of petals. Okay, this is very important. Remember. Next, androecium. Another very important one. A very important floral appendages. This is androecium. What is the use of androecium? What is the main role of androecium? Here, androecium actually male reproductive part. Very important, remember. Androecium male reproductive part. Means androecium produces different types. Means mainly here male gamete. Remember, male gamete. Male gametes are originated in male reproductive part androecium. Okay, this is the main important role of the androecium. Next, fourth word, gynoecium. Here, main important here, gynoecium. This is female reproductive part. Female reproductive part of the flower. What is the use of this female reproductive part? Actually here, female gamete. No. Female gamete.
Female
ఎక్కువ సార్ ఎక్కువ ఉంది సార్ female gamete. Okay, sir, what is the use of female gamete? These are involved in fertilization. You know, fertilization process. What is fertilization process? Already studied about this fertilization process in lower class. What is fertilization? Means fusion of male and female gamete. Male and female gamete. This is important functions of the all floral parts. Okay, observe here. Answer and see. Right, important words are Okay. Okay. This is just a structure of the flower. Okay. Now see about sexual reproduction plant. Okay. Here already studied about sexual reproduction in animals. Okay. Here, what is reproduction? Okay. Yeah. What is the reproduction? Now definition of the reproduction, very important life process it is. Okay, very important life process. Here, how can we define the reproduction process? How can we process of a process, life process by which living organisms produce their next generation? It's called reproduction. What is life process by which living organisms produce their next generation? That process is called reproduction process. Okay, here now sexual reproduction. Already you discussed about sexual reproductive part in flower, plant, that is flower. Okay, structure of the flower already discussed. Now, what are the important events in sexual reproduction? What are the important events in sexual reproduction? There are nine important ones. First one, gametogenesis. This is the first event in sexual reproduction in plants. Okay. Next, second one, pollination process. What is pollination? Next, third one, fertilization. This is the third event. Next, fourth one, post-fertilization. Events. These are four main events in sexual reproduction. Okay, let us see one by one all steps or four events. First one, gametogenesis. What is gametogenesis? Here observe gametogenesis means gamete. Genesis means production. Okay. Here in this step or event, actually gametes are produced. Gametes are produced. Which type of gametes? Whether male or female. Here male gametes and female gametes. Male gametes and female gametes. Two types of gametes are produced in this event. Okay, that is here we are calling gametogenesis. When male gametes are produced, then male gametogenesis when male gametes here male gametogenesis and female gametogenesis. Okay. First, let us see about male gameto. Okay. Okay. Male gametogenesis. Here, which type of gametes are produced? Male gametes. Okay. Male gametes. Where? In which floral appendages male gametes are produced? Already I told you. Male reproductive part of the flower is anther. Anther is a male reproductive part of the flower. You know very well that. Okay, observe structure of the anther. Already studied structure of the anther. Again see. Here, anther. When we observe the external structure or morphological structure of the anther, we can observe two parts. What are these? One long stalk-like structure, filament. Next, a knob-like structure present at the tip of the filament. That is very, very important, valuable part. Anther. This is very, very important part of the male reproductive part. Here, entirely filament and anther. These two collectively called as stamen. Anther and filament. These two collectively called as stamen. Stamen is the male reproductive part. Okay. Here, in these two parts of the stamen, anther is the fertile part. Okay. Here, in these two, filament and anther. Anther is the fertile part of the stamen. Why we are calling the anther as fertile part? Actually, male reproductive structures or male gametes are produced inside of the anther. That is why we are calling the anther as fertile structure of the stamen. Okay. Here filament. What is the use of filament? Filament attaches the anther. Okay. Filament attaches the anther. Okay. Anther at third whorl of the flower. Third whorl of the. दिखना नहीं? Okay. This attaches the anther or the third whorl of the flower. Okay, now see structure of the anther. Internal structure and observe. This is TS of anther. This is usually TS of anther. Observe. Here usually two lobes are there. This is one lobe, this is another lobe. Observe here, this is one lobe, this is second. Here this is one lobe, here another lobe. Observe when we observe here, yes are the answer. Four chamber-like structures are present like this. Observe four here. Here at each corner of the answer, at each corner of the answer, specialized structure, specialized tissue is present here like this. Like this here on area. Specialized tissue is present here. This specialized tissue is called porogenous tissue. At each corner of the anther, specialized diploid tissue is present. This diploid tissue, vessel tissue, is called porogenous tissue. What is the use of this porogenous tissue? After some time, porogenous tissue, all cells of the porogenous tissue are modified as spore mother cells. Means it's also called as pollen mother cells. Spore mother cells are pollen mother cells. Then pollen mother cells are involved in meiotic division. Very important. Meiotic division The result of meiotic division from each and every pollen mother cell. Like this, 4 cells are developed. These 4 cells. These 4 cells, actually these are spores. Okay, a very important spores. Here, microspores. Four microspores are developed from the pollen mother cell, each and every pollen mother cell. After some time, microspore, each microspore is developed as pollen grain. Pollen grain. How pollen grains are developed from microspores? Here, microspores means they are only in one cell condition, but these microspores are involved in mitotic division. Remember here, mitotic division. Because of mitotic division, here 2 cells are developed in each and every microspore. In each and every microspore, after mitotic division, two cells are developed. Okay, observe. Structure of the pollen grain. Here, 2 membranes of the pollen grain. Outer membrane is, and this is inner membrane. Outer membrane, exine, inner membrane, intine. Outer membrane, exine. This is very hard one. Very hard membrane. This is outer one, exine. Phoropollenin, very hard material is present in this exine. That is why this is very hard layer or hard membrane of the wall of the pollen grain. Next, intine. This is very thin layer of thin membrane. Okay, this is present just below the exine. When we observe the exine, this is rough in nature. Actually, this is rough in nature. Here, intine, this is smooth in nature. Exine is rough in nature, intine is smooth in nature. Next, here, listen carefully here, on the surface of the or in the membrane or wall of the pollen grain, here and there, exine is absent. Remember, very important, on the surface of the or on the wall of the pollen grain, here and there, exine is absent. Okay, for example, here exine is absent. Here, like this. At some places, here and there. Exine is absent, like this. At those places, small pore-like structures are appeared like this. These pore-like structures are called germ pores. These are germ pores. Remember, like this, small pore-like structures, very thin membrane there. Okay, like this. These are germ pores. What is the use of the germ pores? During the germination of the pollen grain. During the germination of the pollen grain, pollen tube is developed from the germ pore. How can this pollen tube develop from germ pore? Actually, this inner membrane, remember, inner membrane is extended. Listen here. Inner membrane is extended out of the pollen grain through this small germ pore. For example, here is the inner membrane. Here this is outer membrane. For example, imagine here pollen germ pore. Through this germ pore, this inner membrane in time, like this extended, inner membrane grows and form a tube-like structure. This tube-like structure is called pollen tube. What is it? Pollen tube. These type of pollen tube are developed from germ pore. Developed from germ pore. Here, listen carefully. This is a very important topic in science class and complicated one. Okay, very complicated topic. Yes, because these sporogenous tissue, germ pores, and other different types of parts, we cannot see all these parts. Only some parts. Some parts can be visible to our eyes, but maximum all parts are not visible to our eyes. Okay, just to imagine all these parts. Okay, here, for example, here sporogenous tissue. You cannot see the sporogenous tissue, but here this anther, filaments we can see. Okay, these are visible, but these are not visible. Okay, that is why very complex, complicated topic in 10th class. Okay, listen carefully, one by one all. Here, gametogenesis, pollination, fertilization, all this. Okay, see observe. First, structure of the stamen. Structure of the stamen. This is the structure of the stamen. Filament, anther. These two are main parts in stamen. Anther is the fertile part in stamen. When we observe the internal structure of the anther, like this structure is appeared. Observe at each corner, here, specialized tissue is present. This is called porogenous tissue. Okay, porogenous tissue. Porogenous tissue is diploid in condition. Remember. Okay, porogenous tissue is diploid in condition. Next, porogenous tissue cells. All cells are modified as spore mother cells. Okay, or pollen mother cells. Here, each and every pollen mother cell is involved in meiotic division process. Because of meiotic division, from each and every pollen mother cell, 4 cells are developed. These 4 cells are called micropores. Okay. Next, each and every micropore, these. Okay. These micropores are involved in mitotic division. These were 2 types of division. Okay, cell division is 2 types, meiotic division and mitotic division. Okay, here mitotic division is taken place in microspores. Because of this mitotic division, microspores are divided into 2. Means pollen grains are developed. Observe this is pollen grain. Here, next inside of the pollen grain, dense cytoplasm is present. Like this, cytoplasm, dense cytoplasm. Here, in this dense cytoplasm, one large irregular shaped nucleus is present. Like this. Next, one spindle shape. Okay, one spindle shaped cell. Spindle shaped cell is also present. Like this. Observe, this is the structure of the pollen grain. Exine, enzyme. These two are the membranes of pollen grain. Inside of the pollen grain, dense cytoplasm is present. When we observe the pollen grain, there are 2 cells. Already we discussed pollen grain is developed from microspores. Pollen grain is developed from microspores. Microspores is involved in mitotic division. Then after mitosis process, microspore is modified as pollen grain. Pollen grain contains 2 cells. Okay, pollen grain contains 2 cells. Okay, first one large cell, that is vegetative cell. That is vegetative cell. Remember important. This vegetative cell is largest cell of the pollen grain. Next, vegetative cell contains large peculiar shaped or irregular shaped. Observe here. This entire, this total. This vegetative cell. Next, second cell of the pollen grain is this. What is spindle shaped second cell of the pollen grain? Very important. Remember, what is this? Generative cell. Very, very valuable cell it is. Small cell of the pollen grain, spindle shaped cell of the pollen grain. Here this generative cell, listen carefully here. This generative cell flows in cytoplasm of the vegetative cell. Remember, generative cell flows in cytoplasm of the vegetative cell in mature pollen grain. Remember, okay, in immature pollen grain, actually this is attached to membrane of the pollen grain, but in mature pollen grain, generative cell floats in vegetative cell cytoplasm. This is important. Okay, this is largest cell one cell, this is smallest cell second cell. Two cells are present in pollen grain. Observe structure, draw the structure. Are understanding? Listen carefully. Here we are studying about male gametogenesis. Remember this word. Okay, this entire is about male gametogenesis here. We are studying now. Observe here. Structure of the pollen grain. Next term, another important generative cell. Remember, generative cell is a very important cell in male reproductive part, because after pollination process, what will happen? Generative cell. Remember, generative cell divide into two cells. Listen carefully here. After pollination process, generative cell divides into two cells. These two cells are called male gamete. Male. How many male gametes are produced? How many male gametes? Usually, two male gametes are produced in pollen grain. From there, two male gametes are produced, generative cell. By the division of the generative cell, two male gametes are produced or developed in pollen grain. This is very important. Remember, two male gametes. So, as I told you, now we are studying about male gametogenesis. Means male gametes are produced. Okay, observe here, male gametogenesis means male gametes are produced or synthesized or developed. Observe male gametes, where these male gametes are developed, usually male reproductive part, stamen. Okay, observe, ultimately we are observed two male gametes are produced from the generative cell. Generative cell is present in pollen grain. Listen carefully here. Generative cell is present in pollen grain. Pollen grain are developed from the pollen mother cell. Listen carefully here. Pollen mother cell. Pollen mother cell are present in porogenous tissue. Porogenous tissue is present in anther. Anther is present on the tip of the filament in stamen. Stamen are present in flowers. Observe, see, total is now two male gametes are produced. Means male gametogenesis completed. Male gamete developed. Okay. Write all important points. Important. Don't confuse all these words. Okay. Very important words. If you confuse entire topic, will be confused. Okay. So carefully all these words Right. This is structure of stamen. Here this is PS of anther. Next this is structure of pollen grain. What is that? 1 minute. Time in the? Ah. Ah. Here another, remember another important word, pollen grain. Pollen grain is also called as male gametophyte. Male gametophyte. Means pollen grain. Where these pollen grains are developed here. All these pollen mother cells modify into pollen grain. These are pollen grains. Inside of the pollen grain, like this structure is present. Listen, inside of the pollen grain, like this structure is present here. Okay, observe like this. After complete development of the pollen grain, after complete development of the pollen grain, here anther is ruptured. Anther is ruptured. When anther is ruptured, what will happen? For example, imagine here, anther is ruptured here. What will happen? All these pollen grains come out of the anther. Come out of the anther into the egg. Okay, this is about male gametogenesis. Okay, this is about male gametogenesis. Okay, next class we'll discuss about female gametogenesis. Okay, observe, write important points.
P over A